All right, what's up, everybody? Hey, let's jump right into it. It is Sunday evening, but today I want to talk about something that I've been passionate about for the last 2 years and just feel a calling to share this information. So, yesterday, I was thinking, let me just hop on Facebook Live, YouTube, and just lay out 3 reasons while most people do not hit their fitness goals. Let me know if you're in here, and I'll definitely record this and give this out to people as need be. So let's jump into it. First of all, I want you to think about this. What is your fitness goal? And what is your struggle to achieving those fitness goals? Now, primarily my audience is pastors, and we'll get to that towards the end as I'm leading a fitness coaching network called Healthy Shepherds. But if that's not you, you can still tune in because it's going to be a lot of good information. And so I just want to give you 3 reasons why I've struggled in the past, while perhaps you're struggling right now, and what can we do to accomplish these fitness goals. Is so important to be healthy in this season in our lives. And so that's what I want to talk about for a moment. So let's dig in, let's jump into it, and we'll go from there. So I want to talk about how did I get here. About 2 years ago, I was at the dentist's office and they were doing a routine checkup on me, taking my blood pressure, and my blood pressure was extremely high. So they told me to go to urgent care. And when I was in urgent care, they told me to go to the hospital. And so I was dealing with the fact of how did I get here? A person who was a former athlete, now in urgent care with high blood pressure. And I knew at that point I needed to make significant changes. And so one of the things that I started to do is go back working out, try to eat well. And one of the things, now we're going to be honest, we're going to have honest conversations today. Okay, if you can't say amen, just say ouch. Okay, because I'm going to say some things that are not offensive if you take it that way. Then if the shoe fits, wear it. But these are things that I told myself. So I started going back, working out. It's about 2 years ago. And one day I looked in the gym and I just stopped. And I said, nobody in this gym is changing. Now, what I want you to do is perhaps you go to the gym. Do you know that 98% of people who work out never change? Same body type, same physique. And it's insanity if we keep doing the very same thing, but there's no transformation, which leads to this point. What you do outside the gym is more important than what you do in the gym. Somebody put that in the comments if you're tuning in today. What you do outside the gym is more important than what you do in the gym. Most people, when they say, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to take my health more serious, the first thing they think about is going to the gym. This is a freebie, I think one of the biggest mistakes that you can make. Yeah, you should go to the gym. But if you think going to the gym is going to have a huge impact without you having a system, without you thinking through what you do outside the gym, you're going to get frustrated and you're going to give up. And this is what I know. It happens every January, right? January, New Year's resolutions, people go to the gym, but by March, the gym is empty again because most people think that the gym makes the biggest difference. When the gym does not make the biggest difference. It's what you do outside the gym that makes the biggest difference. And so that's what I want to talk about today, the 3 reasons. And so I did what most people do. You can lose. Now, this is very important because maybe you're saying, I want to start losing weight. You can lose 20 pounds easily. Now, listen clearly to me because I see this all the time, especially now that I'm starting Healthy Shepherds, which is a fitness program for pastors. And most pastors tell me I'm just going to lose 15, 20 pounds. And then they lose it. Anyone can lose 15, 20 pounds. But this is what most people don't realize. There's a difference between losing fat and losing weight. Okay? When you lose 10 to 15 pounds, do you know most of it is water weight? it's inflammation, it's sodium. So if you just for a week or two start walking and stop eating a lot of food with sodium and drink a lot of water, you would just lose weight. It's not that you went to the gym. It's just your body was so inflamed, so built up with water and sodium that you're actually losing it. But that wasn't fat. How do we know that? And maybe you can attest to this. You've lost like 10 pounds real quick, and then a month later it came right back on. So that's what I want to talk about. And so I lost about 20 pounds myself, but this is what I realized, that what I was doing was not sustainable. Whatever you're doing right now, if you're not willing to do it 5 years from now, you should not do it right now. Now listen to me. Whatever you're doing, if you cannot keep up the sustainability and momentum 5 years from now, then you shouldn't do it right now. I'm not on a diet. What I'm talking about today is a lifestyle. Before I hopped on here, I had ice cream. I eat ice cream every single day. So I'm not on a diet. It's just the lifestyle choices that I make. Over the last 2 years, I've been able to lose 93 pounds. Over the last 2 years. 93 pounds. And it wasn't because I was on a diet. It wasn't because I'm in the gym all the time. It's primarily because of the choices that I make outside the gym that allowed me to lose this weight. And I want to talk about this number as well. So let's jump into it today. I want to talk about the 3 reasons why most people never achieve their fitness goal. Did you know that 98% of people never achieve their fitness goal? Which means this, and here's a principle if you're tuning in. If you want to accomplish your goal when it comes to your fitness, you have to be willing to do what most people are not willing to do. So if 98% of people do not accomplish their goals, you have to do what the 2% does. And that's what I want to talk about. So here's the first reason why most people do not accomplish their fitness goals. Okay? The number one reason is this. Their mindset. Your physical fitness is more mental than it is physical. If you just think it's physical, then you've already lost the battle. It is more mental than physical. And here's the lie, number one, and this is specifically for pastors, but you can take it, that our body doesn't matter. That's the lie right there. That God does not care about my body. He just cares about my spirit. God cares just as much about your body as he does care about his spirit. Now, I don't know if you've thought about this. He put his spirit inside your body. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 19, it says, "Do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit? You are not your own, for you were bought with the price, so glorify God with your body." So we're supposed to glorify God with our bodies. Okay? So what does that look like practically? My body is the body that God has given me to minister from. He housed the Holy Spirit inside my body, so I need to take care of my body. But the first thing, if you want to accomplish your fitness goals, is to have the right mindset. If you don't have the right mindset, you've already lost the game. So this is what you cannot do. You can't come in and say, you know what, I'm going to get my fitness together. Tomorrow I'm going to go to the gym. you haven't even counted the cost. You haven't even thought about what it's going to cost you mentally, physically, to accomplish those goals. I told you 98% of people don't accomplish their goals. And a lot of it is not physical, it is mental. This is what happens. The first month or two, people are motivated because they're thinking about the physical aspect of things. But then when you're doing everything that worked for you to lose the first 10 pounds and it no longer works, it's no longer physical, it's mental. And that's where 98% of people quit. Like, why would you go to the gym? Why would you eat right if you don't see results? Because you're focused on outputs instead of inputs. Here's the difference. The 2% of people don't focus on outputs, they focus on inputs. But if you're just focused on the output, when the output is not giving you what you desire and what you want, then you're going to quit. But you don't have the right mindset. So number one thing you have to think about is this. What is your why? What is your why? Why do you want to get in shape? Why do you want to lose weight? If you don't have a why, then you will never do the what. Most people ask me, Ken, what are you doing? I can tell you right now on this call exactly what I do. Now, I said some of this is going to hurt a little bit, but I know you're not going to do it if you don't clearly define your why. The why is the most important. Why do you want to get in shape? Why do you want to lose weight? Why do you care about your health? Because if you just get caught, everyone knows the what. You can go on YouTube, you can do a Google search, and it can tell you exactly what to do. Well, then why do 98% of people don't do it? It's because they have not clearly defined the why. The why is not big enough. Their mindset, my mindset had to change. So the first thing I had to do was humble myself. I had to understand what is my why. Why am I doing it? So when the what seems not to work, I can go back to my why. So every day when I wake up, the first thing I think about is, why am I doing it? Somebody wants to know what my why is. Well, let me just give you one of my whys. My son, here it is. Are you ready for it? My son, when he's 14 years old, will be able to go to the gym with me. And that day when he walks into the gym, I want him to look around and see that his dad is the most fit person in the gym, that he'll never ever have to look at another man to be his superhero when it comes to spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially, and physically. That's my why. So when I don't feel like going to the gym, I already know in about 600 days, my son's going to go to the gym with me, and I want to make sure that he's looking at me when it comes to his physicality. You want to know why? Because I was in the gym one day, and it was a dad and his son there, and his dad was telling him what to do, and his son, he didn't know it, was rolling his eyes because he did not believe his dad. I don't want to be Al Bundy. You know what Al Bundy? He wore his varsity jacket when he was in his 50s. He was living in his past. No, I don't want to live in my past. I want to be in the best shape of my life right now because I know my why. So that's one of my whys. I got other whys too. When it comes to me being a pastor, again, this is primarily for pastors, but we're all tuning in here. This is good. I don't want to just have people look at my spiritual life. It's also about my physical life. Paul says in 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 3, to be an example to the flock. I want to be an example in every area of my life. And what we've done, we've compartmentalized our physical spirituality, our physical and our spiritual life. Now, I'm on sabbatical. I don't feel like doing a Bible study today. But if I had time, I would. Okay. In the American church primarily, I'm going to go there. Specifically, if you're reading 1 John. 1 John, the writer was dealing with Gnosticism. Gnosticism was this whole idea that the physical body was evil, that all that mattered was the spiritual. Now, what does that mean? We are living in a day and age, whether we say it or not, where most people just think the spiritual life matters and the body doesn't. And church is designed to keep you fat. How do I know this? Because we'll preach spiritual sermons, but then after service, come on somebody, you would go in the basement and eat fried chicken, and people talk about fornication, but they don't talk about gluttony. Okay. So you can read a verse in 1 Corinthians chapter 6 where he says, do you not know the body? Or do you not know that the body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, right? And we'll just talk about sex. But we don't talk about other things that damages our spiritual life when it comes to Christ. Now I'm going to stop because I'm on sabbatical and I don't want to turn this into a Bible study. But what is your why? I had to come to the conclusion, not that I'm doing ministry. Was I doing ministry to the best of my ability? And I realized that God has a call on my life and he has a call in your life, but I did not have the energy to fulfill what I deemed the call that he had on my life. I didn't have the energy. I was too tired. I was exhausted. And this is a principle that you need to understand. How you feel right now is a direct result of what you did 10 years prior. In your 20s, it impacts how you live in your 30s. In your 30s, impacts how you live in your 40s. Your 40s, your 50s, your 60s. You are your future caregiver. And if you don't take care of your body right now, it will result in you perhaps living a life that you never desired for you to have. See, we understand when it comes to finances, compound interest, that the decisions that you make right now financially will yield dividends in the future. It's the same thing physically. What you do right now will yield dividends in the future, whether it's positive or negative. So you have to understand what is your why. If your why is not big enough, talk to me somebody, when the what doesn't work, you will quit because you didn't have a why. So the first thing you need to think about is, what is your why? I mean, you really need to think about that. What is your why? Why do you want to get in shape? Why do you want to be physically fit? Why? Everybody asks me, what did you do? But the question you should ask is, why am I doing it? That's number one. So the first lie is, my body doesn't matter. Okay? Drop some questions if you have them. I want this to be a dialogue. But here we go. So we talked about mindset. The first thing is you have to have the right mindset. Number two, the reason people don't accomplish their fitness goals because they don't have a system. Can y'all see that? Let me drop that down a little bit. No system. And here's the lie. I will get to it when life slows down. I'll get to it when life slows down. Life is not slowing down, it's speeding up, specifically when you're getting older. Can I ask you a question? What is your system? That's the what. So you start with the why, but if you don't have a system, it's not, I'm just going to start going to the gym and working out. And I'm telling you because I'm in the gym all the time. And I realize that most people in the gym don't have a system. They're just lifting weights. They're just getting on random things, random workouts that don't move the needle. In the gym 6 days a week, but not transforming and making a difference. And I had to get to that conclusion myself because I was going to the gym 5 days a week, but nothing was changing. And then I had to realize, oh, it's not what I'm doing in the gym. It's actually what I'm doing outside the gym. Let me help you out right here. What you do in the gym, which is very important, you should go to the gym, is when you lose the fat, which happens outside the gym, you will have an aesthetic that looks good when you lose the fat. But if you never lose the fat and you're in the gym, you will not be transformed. Let me slow that down again. The gym is to build muscle, but no one will ever see your muscle if you don't lose the fat. You lose the fat not necessarily in the gym, but outside the gym by the decisions that you make. And so it's better to go to the gym 2 to 3 days a week and master the basics outside the gym than go to the gym 7 days a week but not master the basics outside the gym. What you do outside the gym is more important than what you do in the gym. You should have to earn your right to go to the gym more than 3 times a week. You don't need to. I mean, here's the reality. I went to the gym. I go to the gym 3 to 4 times a week. Today I wanted to go to the gym, but I was exhausted. I was tired. So I did not go to the gym because as you get older, recovery is just as important as going to the gym. Now, let me talk to people who are over 35 years old. Did you know that you lose fat, not necessarily in the gym, but you lose it because of the sleep quality that you have? So I want to talk about this system right here. So let me just give you a quick system. This is what I'm talking about. Now, I'm talking to the 2% right now because I told you, and I need y'all to talk to me right here. 98% of people never accomplish their fitness goals. You have to do what the 2% do. And here's the thing. When you do what the 2% do, you are going to look weird. People are going to think you're crazy. People are going to think you're over the top because you are, because you're different. I'm here to tell you. My coach said this, and we'll get to this. He said, Ken, when people get concerned, you're just getting started. When people get concerned, when people start saying this, you losing too much weight, you're just getting started. And you want to know the reason why people say that? It's because it's a reminder that they're not changing. So they're self-projecting. Now I'm going to say some things here. And we're going to love each other. When I really started getting results, people said, Ken, you're getting too skinny. Like really concerned that I'm getting too skinny. But what if I said you're getting too fat? I'm just going to look at you for a minute. Ken, you're getting too skinny. More concerned with me getting skinny than certain people putting on the weight. Because when you get fit, it reminds people of their insecurities. Now I'm going to go there in a minute. Y'all still tracking with me today? All right, we're going to close this thing. What is your system? So number one, if you have a system, you need to have a system for your sleep. What is your system for your sleep? Sleep is the most important thing. If you do not get sleep, you are not going to see the results that you want to get. You're going to burn out. So here's a system. I don't do it every single day, but it's called the 3-2-1 method. Here it is. Let me just help you out. So I'm not going to eat 3 hours before I go to sleep. I'm not going to drink 2 hours before I go to sleep. And 1 hour, I'm going to turn off the phone. 3, 2, 1. Now, I don't do this all the time. So it's 6:36. I ate at 5 o'clock. I'm going to go to bed about 9:30. I won't eat again. 3, 2, 1. 2 hours, I'm not going to drink anymore, probably the rest of the day. And then 1 hour, I'm not going to be on my screens. Okay? Why? That's my system for sleep. I'm trying to get 6 to 7 hours of quality sleep. Give yourself a bedtime. Do you have a bedtime? Or are you going to bed at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, then 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock? You're just all over the place. And your body has no clue what you're doing. And this is why we're not getting the results. We're exhausted. Our body doesn't have a rhythm. So number one is sleep. What's your system for sleep? Now I'm talking about doing the 2%. What's your system for steps? What is your daily, what is your weekly step goal? Do you even track it? Do you even know it? How many steps do you have right now? Okay, I'm at 10,800 steps right now. My goal is 12,000 per day. So, steps. How do you go about getting those steps? So I'm talking about developing a system. What is your food tracking system? Do you track your food? Now, this is the biggest one right here. How do you know what you're doing is working if you don't even know how many calories you're supposed to eat? If you don't know, you have no clue. So what happened is you're going to get frustrated because you don't even know. Let me tell you this right here. I'm talking about the 2%. I'm going out to eat tomorrow. I got a lunch with someone tomorrow. I've already looked at the menu. I already know what I'm eating. So when the menu comes, I don't have to look at it. Why? Because I know what I'm going to eat. So I'm not tempted when the menu comes and I eat something that's not part of my goal. The 2%. You have to think through that. Because I want to make sure that it's inside my goal when it comes to the food that I want to eat. Okay? So, if you're trying to really lose weight, if you want to be a part of this, take your weight, multiply it by 12, and that's a good starting place. However you weigh right now, multiply it by 12, that'll probably put you in a 500 calorie deficit. You have to know that. But then you have to track it. So what are you tracking with? Do you do it consistently? It takes 5 minutes to track. That's all I'm doing right here on my phone. So every single day, I'm coming in here. So you can see right here. Do you see that? 300 and some calories left. I'm tracking just about everything. Okay, I ate 1,800 calories today. It's tracked. I know where I'm at. Okay. A system. I get on the scale every single day. I know where I'm at. I'm not looking and I'm not concerned if the weight goes up. I'm just looking at the trend over time. This is what I'm talking about. Developing a system. How much protein? Take your weight, multiply that by 80. That's a good place to have protein. I'm trying to get 180 grams of protein per day. It seems like a lot, right? I'm talking about the 2%. Didn't I tell you it goes back to mindset? This is why most people don't see the results, don't have a system. What is your system? And the lie is, I'll get to it later. I'll get to it when I have time. I'm too busy right now. This has to be the biggest priority of your life right now. If it's not the biggest priority, listen to me. You don't want to pass away early because we didn't take care of our body. You get one life to live. So what I'm saying is, you can have, now listen to me. You can have a great prayer life and die early because you didn't steward your body. You can have a terrible prayer life and live long because you stewarded your body. I already know that's the clip that I'm going to have on social media right now. I'm going to say that one more time. You can have the greatest prayer life, you can know the most doctrine, you can memorize scripture, but if you don't take care of your body, you can die prematurely. Versus you have someone who's not even thinking about God can live long because they took care of their body. So we can't put off our physical body. So that's the system. Okay. We're getting to the third one. Is this making sense? So we talked about mindset. We talked about system. Okay. This is the big one right here. Accountability. Accountability. And here's the lie. I can do it on my own. Can you? Have you been able to? Are you able to do it on your own? Are you sure? Most people want to do it on their own. I got to the place where I realized that I couldn't do it on my own. I needed coach. I needed help. And so that's what I did. Now, what I want to do, I'm going to show you this video. Hopefully it'll work, of when I'm talking about mindset and by having accountability, how it keeps you in the game. Let's listen to this.
I will give you a fantastic example of this, which literally just happened a couple of days ago. Now, Ken is a savage. He's an absolute badass. Every single week he turns up, he does his workouts, he hits his calories, he gets his steps in, he drinks his water, and he goes to bed on time. Anyway, I love you, Ken. I know you're watching this right now. I think already he's something like 30, maybe even 40 pounds down in the 6 to 8 months that we've been working together. In the last few weeks, the weight loss has completely stalled. He's been stuck at 215 pounds. But honestly, as his coach, this is where I earn my money, because he's stuck in what I call the messy middle. And it's super frustrating because you're doing the right thing, all of the inputs, the calories, the steps, the workouts, go to bed on time, the supplements, but you're not getting the output. And when you stop getting that output, that's when the temptation comes in to change everything, to rip up the current plan and start something brand new. But then, all of a sudden, overnight, he dropped 3 pounds. There is absolutely no rhyme or reason for it. He didn't suddenly go keto or do a water fast or anything crazy like that. His body just caught up with the actions that he had been taking. And I think the lesson here is that the lag effect between your actions and reality is a real thing. Some weeks you will lose more, other weeks nothing will change. And dare I say it, some weeks the scales will even go up. But that doesn't mean that the maths is wrong. It doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. It's just a reminder that fat loss is not linear. Some days it looks worse because of...
All right, that is my coach. Shout out to Doug. That's what I'm talking about, mindset. There was a moment I was doing everything. I mean, I was getting 15, 17,000 steps a day, eating clean, and it was about a month. Man, I was actually gaining weight. And this is when you need someone to hold you accountable, when you're doing everything right and you want to say it's not worth it, to keep you in the game. What does my accountability look like? I got someone, that looks at everything that I eat, looks at my steps, looks at my workouts. He's in my life looking at everything, won't allow me to quit. And I made an investment. I paid for someone to keep me accountable. And I'm just going to say this, and we're going to get out of here in a moment. This is what I discovered in life. If things are free, you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. But it's when you make an investment. This is just me. If you're not spending at least $100 a month on your health, what are we doing? Not spending $100 a month on our health, but spending about $500 on fast food per month. I'm talking good right now. So we're not going to spend $100 on our health. We'll say things like, oh my God, that's too expensive. But at the same time, you're going to Five Guys for a family of 4, spending $115. But that's not too expensive. But paying for food, and then you got to start seeing food for fuel. So this is what I'm talking about. Do you have accountability? Do you have someone in your life who holds you accountable? That has been the biggest game changer for me. I have someone that holds me accountable. So this year, he even admitted, my coach, you don't even need me. But what did I do? I invested another year. Because there's something about accountability. Now, maybe you're not a pastor on here, but maybe you are. Man, if you want to see the results that you're looking for with a group of people who are like-minded, from me, I understand the journey. Listen to me. Not only do I pastor Crossover Church, I work for Sin Network, a church planning organization. I teach every day in the classroom. I have a lot going on. But I have developed sustainable rhythms in my life. I still have margin. I'm not an absent father. I'm home a lot. But I've learned how to integrate my spiritual life and my physical life. My prayer life is good. I'm in the Word. I'm not neglecting any of that stuff. Pastor, you're not too busy. You just don't have a why. Pastor, it's not a lack of discipline. You just don't have a system. And you don't have accountability. And this is what I discovered. Most people don't want accountability. The reason you don't want accountability is because you don't want someone in your ear telling you what you already know. So, what does that look like for your life? Let's talk about it for a moment. I just want to talk for a brief second on what I'm doing starting in September. That will be helpful for some people. So just follow me for a moment. Let's see here. If you got any questions, let me know. All right, what are we doing here? So let's go. I want to show you what I'm building out because I think it'd be really cool. So I'm starting a group called Healthy Shepherds. This is primarily for pastors. Just tune in. Okay, we start in September. What I'm building out right now is the system that I believe is going to be helpful. Now watch this. Okay? So Healthy Shepherds helps pastors get in the best shape of their lives so they can shepherd the people without neglecting themselves. 72% of pastors are overweight, which is more than the congregation that they preach to. And I want to change that. So this is what we're doing. So master the basics. So every single week, what I'm going to be doing is showing you a particular skill. So number one, know your why. I'm going to help you develop a why. Number two, I'm going to help you develop the what, the system. Number three, I'm going to help you figure out how to get better sleep. So on and so forth. And so what's going to happen is you're going to do it with a group of other pastors as well. And it's going to help you out a lot. Okay. Also, we got devotionals too, man. Healthy Shepherd, Psalm 23. He makes me lie down in green pastures. So, man, we got devotionals when it comes to your physical fitness. I've never seen this, but I'm doing a Bible study when it comes to your physical life. Okay. The first series is The Body Is Not Yours. Okay. We're going to break all that down in a community. Right now, my goal is to get 10 people. Right now we have about 7 committed. So there's room for 3 more. Okay? Room for 3 more. So that's what it looks like. And so let me just show this real quick and then we'll get out of here. So what do you get when you join Healthy Shepherds if you're a pastor watching? Number one, you get a custom fit strength program. I'm going to give you the program to work out 3 days a week for 45 minutes to an hour. It's really going to be helpful for you. Number two, rhythm habits built for a pastor's week. I get it. I understand it. I got a lot going on myself. I'm going to show you how to integrate your spiritual life into your physical life. Number 3, weekly accountability. Every single week, you will submit a check-in when it comes to all the things that I mentioned. Number 4, a private brotherhood of pastors who understand, who get it. We're going to meet once a month and, just talk about the struggles, the celebrations that we're having. And number 5, direct access to me and a content library, which I am currently building out right now. All right. Now, what happens if you don't sign up? Another year of starting over. Come on, we've been there before, right? Another year of starting over. Give this a year and your life will be transformed. 2, the same ministry week keeps winning. No rhythm, you're just surviving, going through life. You'll quietly disappear. No accountability. No one noticed that you slipped. You're going to lose 10 pounds, but eventually you're going to gain it back. You carry it alone. No brotherhood. No one who gets the weight of the calling and years off the back end of your ministry. You're cutting your ministry short by not getting in the best shape of your life. And so if you're interested, if you know a pastor who's interested, a ministry leader, I'm going to go ahead and drop the coaching application. It's an application. It's not for everybody. And so I want to make sure that it's just people where it's the right fit. So let me go ahead and drop this here. All right. Let me see how I do this. All right. Oh, you can't see that. Okay. Well, I got to figure. I think it's on the form anyway. But if somebody can copy and paste that, that would be great. You can click on that link right there. That would be helpful. You can fill out that form, or you can just DM me and get back to me. Is there any questions about anything? I'm going to get out of here. But if there's any questions about anything, man, we can talk about that and go from there. So thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate you. Hopefully this was helpful for you. If you are a pastor or you know a pastor, right, who is looking to get in the best shape of their life, I really believe this will be the best thing that they can do. Help a brother out. Share this. I'm putting out a lot of content. I'm working hard behind the scenes. I am going to over deliver. I already know. And we're going to be able to go from there. And what's going to happen is you're going to see next time we do this, a year from now, it'll be somebody else saying this was the best decision of their life. All right. Yeah, can I drop it in the chat? I don't even know how to drop it in the chat. I'm struggling. So I thought I did drop it in the chat. Maybe it's there. Do it one more time. I think I put it in the chat right there. So take a look at that. All right. Anything else? Any questions? Appreciate you guys tuning in. And hopefully this has been helpful for you. Whether you're a pastor or not, I just say, number 1, know your why. Number 2, what is your system? You really have to think about that. If it's not on the calendar, it's not going to get done. Number 3, what is your accountability look like? That might just be finding someone. Hey, let's hold each other accountable. Let's go from there. So, all right. Thanks for tuning in today. If there's not any other questions, we're going to get out. I see a couple people who said this is the hardest part. I think the accountability part. And then, someone said that's why I keep starting over, because I don't have, it's the accountability part. But you need someone who's serious, who's going on this journey with you to be able to do it. So, all right, everybody, I'm out. Have a good one.